859, and using the retriever's handheld, the RTGS, with a jumbo hotspot, and the weather report is a little bit overcast, and we've got drizzly rain here in Sydney, Australia, in Jamison Town. That is the suburb where I live, and it is 54 kilometers west of the city of Sydney in Jamison Town. So all the best to you, Kieran. Nice to hear you, mate, and I hope you are enjoying the Philippines. N5 TRP, this is VK2GAP. Great to make the contact with you, and I will log you into QRZ.com. And I'll say 73s and God bless, Kieran. And I hope everything is working out for you there in the Philippines. N5 TRP, VK2GAP is signing. And I'll say 73s and God bless, Kieran. Cheers, mate.
I spent a lot of time out on the island when I was growing up. My aunt and uncle and cousins lived in Baldwin, and I had other family out in Dix Hills. So I spent a lot of time on the island when I was younger, and then as I got older, I started going out east. You're going to the Hamptons to socialize and going out to Montauk to go fishing.
Hold open the channel, but you hold it open for like a good probably 10 seconds. Like that. I'm not quite sure what it is, but yeah, just to make you aware. As all good ham radio operators do, with more of any potential issues with anything like that. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my 7.3s for review. I'll stick around for one last one, mostly because I just wanted to jump in and sort of have a chat with you, Rick, and Letters. But I don't really have much more to contribute. The other things yourself and Les will probably be able to match one about them. So I'll listen in. It'll be very interesting. So I'll make this 7.3. So I'll hand it back over to Les, if you don't mind. 30 LRV. What 7 years from Washington,
Not relatively cool, but much cooler than it's been. And I started undertaking a project, and I got all set up. I have a workshop. I do professional woodworking, and I'm building a 10-foot oak hutch, white oak hutch, and I set up all my materials outside, and thinking that it was going to be sunny all week, and we got a tremendous amount of rain yesterday and today.
7.3 siren.
Excuse me. I think I probably need some more coffee myself at the moment. Quick slurp of the drinks and the coffee. But yeah, it's all good fun. As I say, if you want to listen, have a listen to James. As I say, it's, you never know what's going on. And as I say, it's a great way of finding out what people are up to and what's happening. Because I'm very envious of Rick with his cigar. I do like cigars, but I tend to just have one a few times a year, Easter, Christmas, things like that. But a nice cigar and a glass of nice single malt whiskey, it's like that, and a big comfortable, headboardian armchair, leather armchair, that you just sink into. It's like, oh yeah, it doesn't get any better than that. But imagine it's probably a bit early in the day. You probably need to have a whiskey. It wouldn't far off though. I we've got 7 hours behind us, I think. So, about 6 o'clock, I think, over in Michigan, if I remember correctly. But I could well be proved wrong, because I never quite get the position quite right in the States as far as the time zones go. But, yeah. Anyway, with that, I'll pass it back to you, Rick. You can tell me what the time is over there, and whether you can squeeze in a whiskey at this time of the day. Over to you, Rick, 20 MRB.
Hey, please confirm this on QRZ, the world EQSL. And off it goes, and I run about a 50% return rate on confirmations. It doesn't always work, but it sometimes. The only time I mail out a QSL card is if there's no email address. Anyway, sir, that's what I do. It seems to help. That way, if I enter 432.55 and you put down 420, at least I know what the start point is. The second thing is, if you get the little blue dot on QRZ, then I go back to, in your case, N5TRP, and I look at their logbook, and then I'll match my log entry to match with their logbook, just to make life here. Anyway, sir, for what it's worth, I hope that helps. If it doesn't, I'd like to make contact with you anyway, and I'm going to go ahead and log this on QRZ in just a minute or two anyway, sir. Back to you.
I have all my materials set up outside. I don't know, about $1,800 worth of oak. Actually, more than that, but I have all my materials set up outside, and the forecast changed, and we ended up getting tremendous amounts of rain. So I covered everything with a tarp, and I put a 10 by 10 pop-up tent over it. But it's really caused quite a big problem.
It is near Philadelphia.
I'm logging you at 2350, and of course I use 420, but we'll see about matching up. So we'll try some email contact and try out your method and see how it goes. Back to you. This is November 5, Tango Romeo Papa.
I'm in KCY.
Yeah, Whiskey 1 Victor.
I am what you call an autodidact. I teach myself things. My father has been in the building business, real estate development and construction for 40 years. So I grew up around this stuff, and when I was young, I was building silly things and, just messing around with wood. And as I got older, the more I started messing around, and then I decided one day that I really wanted to learn how to be a good woodworker. So I started watching a ton of YouTube videos. Hundreds and hundreds of YouTube videos over the course of a year. And let me catch a timeout.
Yes, I should be able to connect to all the different modes and things like that. But, yeah, so it's good to hear you guys chatting. And I think that's one of the neat things about digital is that we can chat and we don't have to worry about URM or anything like that. But I enjoy HF as well. Different kind of fun. Well, Rick, I don't remember your call, but I'll turn it back to you there in Michigan for November 9th. You know what I do.
Avionics technician, so I am here for life with my wife, my kids, and my grandkids, enjoying the tropics. So I hope all is well for you there. Where did you say you were in California? This is November 5, Tango Romeo Papa.
Welcome, and I just got a clear node myself a couple weeks ago. That's what allows me to talk over here with these nice fellas halfway across the world, and I am loving it. It's great. So I've gone it, and I needed that pencil and paper so I could keep, just like you said, Les, there's things you want to say kind of thing, but by the time I get around to keying up the mic, I forgot what I was going to talk about. And I can't blame it on it's only 8 o'clock at night, so I can't blame it on that. So it's got to be the little pee breaks. Anyways, go ahead, Les, KEHWOJ.
Sign with DU, that's Delta Uniform, and then a slash or stroke, whichever one you want to call it. It looks like a forward slash. And then my regular call sign, November 5, Tango Romeo Papa. So the full one phonetically is Delta Uniform Stroke November 5 Tango Romeo Papa. And I have not ever lived around the LA area, but I have visited many times San Diego on my ship when I was in the Navy, and used to be stationed out of Alameda back when it was an operational base as well. So I am familiar with California, but not so much the LA area. I hope all is well with you. This is Delta Uniform 1 / Tango Romeo, Delta Uniform 1 stroke November 5 Tango Romeo Papa.
Activity from lots of different repeaters together and makes this clear to be quite a busy system. Although sometimes you'll hear guys having a local QSO and on their local repeater, but sometimes not even realising they're connected globally to the world. And everybody's hearing about how their tomatoes are doing, or how they're kind of suffering from lack of rainfall. But yeah, it's an interesting place to come, and usually a busy and usually a friendly place. But most of the UK stations will have their malted milk drinks and gone to bed at this time of night. It's only sort of night owls like me, and I'm retired, so at what time I go to bed or get up in the morning, that are still on here. But that's where you are. You're on the UK helpnet, but you're still global, so everybody can hear you. It's a bit like being on the East Coast Reflector. So with that, I'll pass you back to Chip, and warm welcome to you for the very first time. You have to come back again in the future, Chip. Anyway, over to you, N9 Kilo India Whiskey.
Full ICR. Bill, this is VK2GAB. Everything is working okay here, mate. Thank you very much again. Thank you for ICR, VK2GAB in Sydney, Australia.
Another patience on the part of the individual I'm talking to. We're located in the village of Garden City on Long Island, New York. I got the hand.
Delta India Golf India QSL that will, if you're using Chrome, you can add a button to QRZ and send a QSL card right, an EQSL right from inside QRZ with all the information they're looking for on it. And I mean, the vast majority of hams that I have encountered just use 70 centimeters as the frequency, and that automatically puts in 420 megahertz, and that's just what everybody uses. So I don't have a problem with getting confirmations. So if you guys are still listening, there's a little advice for you. Thanks, Alf. I'll talk to you later. 73, KQ4I.
Just trying to get everything connected, get everything to work, and then, they tend to emit a humming sound, and so trying to get the interference as little as possible, so you don't blast people out with that hum. But they do have a signature sound for sure. All right, so I'll turn it back to KEHWOJ from November 9th.
Click on that area and it does it automatically on QRZ.com. So 73's Gil, thanks for the info. And also there is quite a number of stations trying to work out their QSL, and I hope that they do that. 73's Gil, good to catch up with you again. Cheers, my friend, and all I do is log you in, and then we'll see. I think I've received your card anyway. So 73's Gil, KQ4ICR, VK2GAP.
Usually rock solid. I notice with mine, if I connect to my Wi-Fi at 2.4 gigahertz, it is rock solid. It just runs like a champ. But if I connect at 5.2 gigahertz, it's dropping connections all the time. It's basically unusable. So I think I got to get into the router and so that it only connects at 4.2. But anyway, I hope you enjoy it. They're kind of a ball. I'm loving mine. And let's see. I already did it again. I think it might be bedtime. KEWJ, back to you, Les.
God bless you, and look after yourself, mate. And I'll catch up with you again somewhere along the QRZ situation. Cheers, mate. Have a good day there, and God bless you. Cheers. Cheers, Gil.
Maybe reminded that reached an office over there, you know, I goes. At 10 minutes before the hour, I read a list of early check-ins, and then I have added the K6 VU, George in Oregon City, and Bill, who's mobile somewhere in W7BW. So before we push this mess out into traffic, is there anyone else who would like to get on the list? This is N5GD. It's happy hour. Bars open. Cash only, please.
GK2SMG, an old friend from the Shell Company. How are you now? I hope everything is okay with you. VK2SMG. This is VK2GAP. Go ahead now.
Here on the beach, if it gets much warmer, I'm going to turn on my air conditioner. We went all the way up to 72, and yes, you guys in the valley, I feel sorry for you. And most of you may be coming out here this weekend. Currently it's 70. 57 was low, 62% humidity. 21 on the local AQI sensor. The barometer holding steady at 30.10. Here on the beach, in my day, I have made the best effort I could about doing essentially nothing. Yeah. Though I did play a little bit with my Zoom spot, which is talking back at me, sassing me, as it were. So, without rambling on any farther, I'm going to go to the mobile station. Hi, Bill, NW7BW, N5GB.
There's so many places to be, and that's not mentioning the local repeaters, because being right in the middle of the country, I'm 35 miles south of the city of Birmingham, so I'm right in the Midlands, and while I can't get out very well north and east on FM, 2 meters FM, UHF, I can get phenomenal distance going south and west, you know, so Bristol, which is 90 miles south of me, is not a problem, it's easy on 2 meters FM. Because of the sort of a radio conduit down what they call the River Severn Valley, and it reflects the signals all the way down to Bristol, so it sounds really fantastic. Anyway, we'll have to back over to you, Rick. K9, Kilo India Whiskey, I'll give you Chief around here. Back to you, Chip.
Where they start talking and then just completely hijack your conversation. Isn't that annoying?
That your geography helps you out. I was in that situation before I moved to Pennsylvania. I lived in Colorado, so I lived in Denver, and we had, pretty much all of the repeaters were up on top of, let's say 11,000 plus or so, some depending on different peaks and different heights, but regardless, it was phenomenal to sit there with an HT and talk to somebody, 100 miles away. Now, granted, they had an outside antenna, but was pretty neat. So yeah, I understand about that geography helping out, and yeah, I'll have to tune in earlier in the day and see what's going on. I used to check into on Saturdays to the whale group. That can't remember what they're called, but anyway, they have a group there, and they have a net up every Saturday. So I'll have to get back over there too. But I mean, it's amazing. There's so many places to connect that there's not enough hams to fill them up. I mean, you know, there's thousands of different connections. So, got plenty of options. And as far as HS, I just got my HS rig back up. I have a VHF UHF antenna, and we'll be putting up an HS off-center fed type. So, looking forward to that, because I haven't been on HF in a few years, and that's a lot of fun. So, always something fun to do in amateur radio. So, I'll turn it back to Rick, K8WOJ, from November 9th, Kilo and you with me.
Oh, hold up. Sorry. I had a little bit of digital breakup there. There's KJ5JOD. Anyone out there?
This system also has a website, hubnetwork.uk, and they have a dashboard there where you can check out everybody that's on and last heard and how long ago and all that good stuff. They also have a parrot mode and another place to check audio. It's a real nice system. There's also a Freestar system in the UK there, but it seems like I've been spending all my time on this one. I kind of enjoy it, and the folks that are on it. KEAWOJ. Go ahead, Les.
Direction we are. I like record that on the TV, but I don't know if it. It's definitely starting to dump a lot of rain on you there, but here we need the rain. I mean, our grass is completely brown. I mean, we mowed it last week, but it has not grown at all since then. So we could definitely use rain here. I don't know if we're supposed to get rain in the next few days, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't think we're really supposed to get much rain, if any.
And it's a great thing. I'm just a little here for both you, Rick, and Jim. Oh, let's turn that down. I don't know, local repeat. Put some pictures on your QRZ. We love pictures. I was born in the 1950s. I grew up with comics, with pictures. If you want one good example, if I look at my QRZ pages, I'm into all sorts of things, photography DM1, which is why there's so many pictures up there. And if you click on any of the pictures, or the vast majority of the pictures are actually linked to my photographic site. So I can't remember how I did that now. But yeah, post pictures on the QRZ. They're great conversation starters, and people can see the other things you get up to, So, put a picture of your dog, your cats, your motorbikes, your cars, some people even put pictures of antennas and radios up. You've got loads of people do that, but as I say, it is what it is. You get bored after a while looking at other people's antennas, especially when they've got huge, great massive antennas that you can't have. I live in an urban area in the UK, and with a small 30-foot by 30-foot back garden, so there's not a lot I can put up as far as large beams and things are concerned, without overhanging my neighbours. And while I get on very well with them, I think that might sour the peach, so to speak. But yeah, no, it's a great system. I mean, I'd say come back to it, just have a listen out, get a feel for it, and you'll be surprised the amount of traffic that's on here. And as for guys, just wanting to a local repeater or doing simplex, yeah, people do, but the more traffic you've got, the more traffic it brings. So, having people chatting even locally is a benefit to the system rather than listening to silence. So, I think it's back to Chip, to LRV.
1.05 when I'm using the version 1.05 CPS with it. There's also 1.07 out is available off the site. So, and that's also got a firmware update there. Back to you.
A lot of times you don't hear a lot of traffic on the local repeaters. But the nice thing about having, equipment to get to these digital modes, you can always find somebody to talk to. If you go to someplace like KC Wide or, late at night, you can go to some pub or some node in Australia, where they're driving home, at least our time, So it's, it's interesting. So, Rick, I don't know if you have gotten into this yet, but I'm curious with I'm sure there's a way to do it, with the ClearNode, how to access some of the other DMR networks, something other than TGIF or Brandmeister. I don't even know, maybe you don't use DMR. I do really like All-Star, though. The audio quality is so good. And, it's just, it's nice, because a lot of times with a lot of these systems, and it probably happens sometimes on here too, that you get so many people coming from so many different modes that it can get pretty distorted. Sometimes I just sit and listen, and I can barely understand somebody because their signal has been converted and gone through the system so many times that it's hard to understand. So, but yeah, I really like the All-Star quality, sound quality. All right, turn it back to Rick, KEHWOJ from N9KIW.
Blah, blah, blah. Baseband, reading first, update instructions. There's a 7 CPS and there's a 7 firmware. And this is directly from Anytime there. Back to you.
Gotta do what you gotta do. And, I suppose it beats the alternative. And you know what the alternative is. So, as long as you're still happy and enjoying life and it's not that big of a deal, you're used to it, then keep on trucking, as they say.
Spaghetti doesn't sound like too bad of a deal to me. There's an Italian restaurant down in the Halem, a couple of miles north of me, or south of me, rather. But it's pretty good. Maybe I should try it more instead of feeding myself. Next on my list, KE7AW, K7YNY. These guys were both in and out, so to bury in Moss Beach, KN6GSG, N5GD.
Gehört und dachte, da kannst du mal reingehen. Ja, Karl, bitteschön, dann das Mikrofon nach Österreich. Oscar Echo 5 KBO, der 7 LTN.
And always good to talk with you, Les. I am going to get on out of here and attack my ice cream and go out and visit. The cats are getting a little restless in the backyard there, so I got to go out and pay a little visit to them there. So you guys have a great night, and I will catch you down the road. KE8WOJ. Les.
Not that. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I might have to give that one a go today then, see if that brings up the satellite functionality. I guess that's the only thing I'm missing, but yeah, I might wait. I don't know that I'm missing anything else on it yet. 1.5 is kind of what I've put on my radio, and it seems to be fine. Don't think there's any functionality that I'm missing of the radio, actually. Yeah, so I like it. I love having all that contact information, and that the icing on the cake for me when I actually activated it was that last caller, last DMR caller, how it struggles. You might have to adjust, I might have to adjust actually, because I put the
timeout for the display on 10 seconds. I might change that to, when I get my hotspot back, I'll change that to all. That way I can see the last caller scrolling information without a timing out. But yeah, it's pretty cool how much information you have in the palm of your hand now. You've got all the contact database. You can program in, I think it's like 10,000 talk groups, 500,000 contacts. It's pretty cool, man. I love it. It's a good little radio. VK1JT from VK6SDX.
In the ER at the hospital about 5 minutes away, and I told her what happened, that I needed her, and she said that we're getting our asses kicked here. It's super busy. She said, just call an ambulance and I'll take care of you. So I said, okay, fine. So anyway, 10 years down the road, the back pain was just absolutely, completely unbearable. I couldn't function. And the imaging was really bad. I had 3 herniated discs. I had spinal stenosis that was impinging about 85% of my spinal cord.
Once you get your co-plug sorted, you'll, in a few days or a few weeks or whatever, once you've got it fully set up, you have to send it to us. Send us your co-plug, and that way I'll actually quickly load it into the radio and have a little bit of a look at it, and see what you've put on there and see what you've done. It'll be pretty cool. That's what's cool about the software now. You can, anyone with any tone like that, you can just transfer, you can just give your co-plug and just change out basically their master ID, which changes the ID number of the radio to all theirs. You don't have to program it all manually. So if you give someone your co-plug, like if you give me your co-plug, I can just go to one setting on the radio, the master ID, put my call sign and my ID number in, and it automatically switches it over fully in all the programming of the radio. It's pretty cool. VK1JT from VK6SDX.
Großer Technik. Cool. Wir wollen den 91 jetzt nicht mehr belasten. Ich wünsche dir was nach Leipzig. Und man hört dich wieder, du hörst mir immer zu. Also reinrufen. Und mein Rufzeichen wieder mal gedrückt siehst. Das ist auch sehr schön am Digitalen, wenn man das genau am anderen mal drauf drückt, weiß der andere schon, wer das ist. Die wissen meistens schon mehr, bevor ich was sage. Weil im Internet ja auch alles drin steht, qz.com. Gut, dann wünsche ich noch schönen Abend, oder schönen guten Morgen. 73 nach Leipzig, hier aus Salzburg in der Nähe. 73.
Overnight, you can give them that code plug and they can copy it over. Not all the code plug is compatible, but most of it is. And what's really, really cool about